Right, someone, I can't remember who, I'm sorry, but someone was asking about the PHD quilt. Now, this is how I've got it set up. This is obviously upside down, but I've got you get 5 loops here. There's one there, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 loops, and there isn't one on the very end. So you get 5 loops, and the first one starts 1 baffle in, and the last one ends, or starts, whichever way you want to go. Bit of a breeze. 2 baffles in. Now you'll notice I've put string on the first and the second one, and then I've put bungee cord on the other 3. It partly worked out like that because I just cut this string in half, and that was enough to do these 2 down here. And I had bungee cord that sort of did these. You probably could use string on 3 or 4 of them. I think you would want bungee cord on the last one because that's where you'll be sleeping and you'll want the extra. And then what I've done is I tied a knot on one side all the way up on all the cords, and then on the other side I put a small knot and one of those grippy things. You can see that. I don't know what they're called, but I'm sure you know what they are. And that then goes through the loop on the other side there. And then all I do then is I can make this string whatever length I want. So if I want the the quilt to go marginally around or under the mat, then I can just shorten this off shorten this off a fraction. And then how I fix it is you just lift the mat up like that, and then with any luck all the strings go under the mat, something like that, and then I can slide it, down the end, and then you can see on one side all the way down I've got these that I can shorten or lengthen depending on what I want to do with it. And of course it'll go as far back as you want it to go. And of course I've got to be a little bit careful because I'm using the bug bivvy here rather than Sean's mat. Probably would have been better off with Sean's mat because I don't think there'll be any bugs around today. Obviously I'm going to put this and the mat inside the bug bivvy, and then that will get it off, well away from the ground. And just the other thing to show you, obviously this is the foot end, and this is the section where they attach the foot pocket there. So it's quite big, quite roomy. It's 1, 2 and a bit baffles long, and 1, 2, well at least 2.5 palms across. 1, 2, 2 and a bit. It's quite wide. It's certainly stacks and stacks of room for a foot to go in, and it really doesn't weigh any extra. It doesn't affect the its compactingness or anything at all like that. So that's worth adding on. And of course upside down again, but this just gives you a rough idea as to, so the one at the foot I would probably tighten up quite a bit, maybe not quite that much, so that the quilt will actually come underneath, but as I say, not quite that much. And I can just make these cords any width that I want to make them. For this quilt, I would say is only a 1 to 2 season quilt if you're using it by itself. Obviously if you put it over a sleeping bag, yeah, I would imagine if you put it over a sleeping bag, then of course it'll up the rating of the sleeping bag quite a bit. But by itself, then it's probably just a 1 to 2 season quilt, because it is sewn through. So all the baffles are sewn through, but each baffle is quite thick. So you can see there, that's one baffle. So obviously I've got the mat underneath, which isn't exactly helping. But you can see there's quite a bit of down in it. So I hope that's of help for anyone who you know, who is looking at the quilts and that sort of thing. That's this one.